Let me ask you a very important question. Do you currently possess or are you considering acquiring any Title II weapons? These are weapons that are referred to as Class 3. They're also known as National Firearms Act or NFA controlled firearms. There are 6 distinct types of NFA controlled firearms. I'm going to walk you through each one. The first category is what we call machine guns. That is, any firearm which fires more than one round for each individual pull of the trigger. Number 2, short-barreled rifles. These are rifles with barrels less than 16 inches in length. Number 3, short-barreled shotguns. These are shotguns with barrels less than 18 inches in length. Category 4 are silencers. Category 5 is referred to as any other weapon. These are usually firearms and accessories that don't fall into any of the categories I just mentioned. Some examples of any other weapon would include a wallet holster or a pin gun. And finally, the 6th category are destructive devices. If you have or are considering owning any Class 3 firearms, you need to become familiar with the law that governs the use of these weapons so you can protect both yourself and your family from any unintended violations of the law. Some of these violations of the law can be serious felonies. An individual with a Title II license may not loan, gift, or otherwise permit any person other than themselves to possess or use the Title II firearm which they are licensed to own. If you do, that constitutes a federal felony. The failure to comply with laws regulating Title II firearms can result in conviction and a fine of up to $250,000 and 10 years in prison, confiscation of all firearms, and the loss of the right to own firearms in the future. I hope I have your attention. Many of the problems and the risks of owning or possessing Title II firearms are reduced if the firearms are owned by a gun trust. So, let me tell you a little bit about trust. A trust is an arrangement under which one individual transfers property to another individual or entity. That individual or entity is called a trustee. The trustee holds legal title to property for the benefit of another individual, and that person is called a beneficiary. Arkansas law allows individuals to be the trustee of their own trust. That means that as trustee, you can keep full control over all the property held in the trust. Okay? You with me so far? How does all this apply if the property you transfer to the trust is Title II firearms? Well, that's what we call a gun trust. A gun trust is a type of trust that is set up to hold legal title to firearms and provide for their distribution upon the death of the person who set up the trust. A revocable gun trust is a trust that is used to purchase Title II weapons. So, what are the benefits of having your Title II firearms in a gun trust? Well, there's several. Let me tell you just some of them. On our website, there is a more complete list of the advantages. But let me highlight just a few now. Having your Title II firearms in a gun trust gives you the ability to purchase, sell, trade, hold, and transfer Title II firearms, weapons, and suppressors. No fingerprints are required. No signature or approval of the Chief Legal Enforcement Officer is required. And no personal photograph is required. Your gun trust gives you privacy you wouldn't otherwise have because the Chief Legal Enforcement Officer does not know that you're applying for ownership of a Title II firearm, weapon, or suppressor. Your gun trust gives you the ability to transfer firearms, weapons, and suppressors upon your death without probate court involvement. Your gun trust limits your family members from potential unintended consequences in any constructive possession issues. A gun trust gives you the ability to create a family armory so that generations of family members may use and enjoy a gun collection. The thing that gets us out of bed in the morning and gets us to work every day here is a relentless desire to find ways to protect our clients and give them the peace of mind they want. And that's true for our clients that own and appreciate firearms. We want you to have the protection in place that will protect you and protect your family for generations to come.